Hello friends, welcome to KT Research Guidance Bureau. Myself, Dr. Kumudini R. Thakur, would like to say few words for the Bureau. This Bureau is helpful to research students, master degree students, as well as those who are interested to clear their NET, SLET, or any other competitive exams. So, my humble request to you that please subscribe the Bureau, give your comments and favor for the Bureau. Today, I will give you the idea about processing and analysis of data. In last session, we discussed survey method, and in that one I explained you sampling in detail. So you collected the data that is known as raw material for your research study, raw data, and that data is useless when you are unable to analyze them. So if the data convey some meaningful idea, then it is known as information. And obviously, observation and recording are done to obtain data, while analysis is done to obtain information. And on the basis of the information, you can take the decision. So, the raw input is data and it has no significance when it exists in that form. When collected data is organized properly, it conveys meaningful information and get significance. So obviously data collection is important thing, but to analyze the data is more important than collection of data. If your analysis is proper, then obviously you can convey a meaningful message. So let's try to understand types of data. You can divide data into mainly two categories. One is numeric data and another one is character data. Being a commerce student, numeric data you can learn very easily. You can understand very easily. So numeric data represented in the form of numbers. You prepared balance sheet, that is numeric data. You find out ratios, that is also numeric data, and it includes any digit. You can use other signs also, plus, minus, for numeric data. So this is simple idea about numeric data. Now what is character data? Character data means generally it is, and the main thing is in that alphabets. But character data you can divide into two groups. One is string data. String data consists of the sequences of characters. Characters may be English alphabets, numbers or space. This string data again you can divide into two categories. One is alphabetic data, means alphabetically, and another one is alphanumeric data. In that it is a combination of both. Alpha means characters as well as number. And in that one, in character data, Another category is graphical data. Graphical data, it may be picture, chart, map. So these sort of data are there. And our collected data may have any of the type. So all business decisions are based upon evaluation of some data. Not only business decision, every decision. And availability of right information is very important for making right decisions. And it is obvious, it is our personal experience that decision based on wrong information, they do to harm to not only individuals but others also. So once the data being to inflow, attention turns to data analysis. And technically speaking, this processing implies mainly four things. First is editing, second is coding, third is classification, and fourth one is tabulation. So these four things you have to keep in mind. So let's begin with editing. Editing involves a careful scrutiny of the completed either your questionnaire or maybe schedule. And editing is done to ensure that the data are accurate, consistent with other facts gathered, uniformly entered, as complete as possible, and have been well arranged to facilitate coding and tabulation. So when you edit the data, now you use computer. In computer, editing facilities are available. What you do? Suppose you prepared a Word document and you find out some error in that document, then you can edit it. Same is the case for our data editing. You collected the data and you find out that this data is not accurate, or for accuracy purpose you have to do another one more thing or another data. And if you realize that this data is unnecessary, then you can avoid that data. So editing is for checking of accuracy, consistency, and you have to check that it is suitable with other data or not. So editing is one of the main thing. So why we do editing generally? Editing is for checking the accuracy. You can get assurance after editing that your data is accurate. Second thing is consistency with other information. You have to check. You have collected various types of data and you have to check that this data has some relationship with other or not. Then again you have to check that uniformly you have entered this data or not. If uniformity is not followed, then the researcher is unable to take any decision. And you have to check that your data is complete or not. If it is incomplete, then it is better to collect some more data for that one. And if your editing is perfect, then the next procedure, coding and tabulation, generally it becomes very easy. So when you want to edit the data, that time you can adopt either field editing or central editing. So in field editing, generally what happens? Suppose for the data collection you appointed 5 persons and you gave questionnaire to them, and you selected different areas also. Now you want to control this work, then what you will do? You will give the number to all these 5%, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when they fill up the questionnaire, that time they have to write 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Same way, the another person has 2.1, 2.2, so that you can understand that this questionnaire, who has took the trouble for this filling the questionnaire, this person. This way also you can do field editing. And another one is central editing. Central editing means you circulated the questionnaire, you nominated the person also, they will bring the questionnaire, and then afterwards you will edit them. And compared to field editing, central editing is little bit difficult, because many times you are unable to get the information that who has gave the data, and if there is any mistake you can't give responsibility to anybody. So editing is most important thing. So when you want to do editing, that time keep in mind some guidelines for that. So first one is, be familiar with instruction given to interviewers and coders. You have to get complete information about it. Then second and most important thing is, do not destroy or either erase the originality. Why? Because if you destroyed them and you feel that again I want to verify this, then you will not get this data. Again you have to take the trouble. So it is better not to destroy them. And for that one, please keep a standard format. And if it is in a standard format, then anybody can understand it. And if you want to highlight, then you can use different colors also. Generally in our computer we highlight with yellow color, and this way you can highlight different types of colors and you can use them. And the most important thing is date of coding. Always give the instruction, then please write down the date. Now second thing is coding. Coding is the process whereby the data is assigned a numerical code and value so that it can be more easily filtered into appropriate categories. Appropriate categories we know. Generally, suppose if your data is related to human being, so for male it is M and female it is F. This way you can categorize them. Then classification. Data have a common characteristics placed in one class, and in this way the entire data get divided into a number of groups or classes. So classification, age wise, education wise, you can classify the data. And when you will collect the primary data, and I will give you the idea about my student's thesis, that time in detail I will explain you that this way you can classify. And nowadays you can use software for classification, and only you have to enter your data, and as per your requirement they will convert into table, and you can draw various types of tables also. So it is This main thing. Now, let's try to understand types of classification. First one is classification according to attributes, means descriptive or numerical. Then in numerical, I gave you several example: weight, height, income, etc. etc. Second classification is classification according to class intervals. Class intervals means 0 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30. This way you can divide. And in that one, manifold classification also you can do. So as per your requirement, you can classify them. After classification, you have to arrange your data in a tabular form. You are used to with tables. So the process of arranging data orderly in form of rows and column is known as tabulation. You learn tabulation, and even you arrange your data in tables also. When you learn cost accounting, that time you arrange the data in a table form, and after that you took the decision. So it means putting a data in a table. That is tabulation. In tabulation, diagram which has few vertical and horizontal lines, that also you can consider, and it is a presentation of data in a lucid form, and tables are very common. So I will give you more idea about the table, because you have to arrange your data in a table. See this table. This table is about net profit ratio of selected fertilizer companies. See the row. In that one you can find name of the companies, and column wise you can find years, then average, standard deviation, CV also you can find. This way arrange your data so that you can check year by year your net profit position of every company, and easily you can find out average, standard deviation, and everything. Now see this another table. This table gives the idea about education services based on gender provided by SMC. In that one, first education services, in that one three types are there: adequate primary and secondary school, attractiveness of government school, and this one, and then gender. In that one, male, female, and then number, mean rank, and sum of ranks. This way also you can design your data. This table is the combination of table as well as graph, and right now this method is more popular, so that in one thing you can highlight so many things. Now if you want to tabulate your data, that time you have to keep something in your mind. Means keep in mind characteristics of a good table. First one, your table must be clear, conscious, and having a proper title. Please don't give any table without title. If title is not there, no one can understand what is in the data. Second thing is, give distinct numbers so that you can understand and the other fellow can also understand. Then give column and row headings. I show you in that tables. Every row have heading, column has also heading. So you can understand and interpret that table very easily. Then another most important thing is units of measurement must be indicated, whether it is in a percentage, rupees, lakhs of rupees, what is the measurement that you have to highlight. And if you got this data from anywhere else, that time give the source of the data. And another thing is, if you put any sign, then give the meaning of that sign in footnote. Then your table must be attractive. And don't give unnecessary item. If you give unnecessary item, then it will be complicated. And your table must have proper alignment. Then only it looks beautiful. And arrangement of tables means if there are more tables, then arrange this table in a sequence. Then your reader can get the idea. This way you have to prepare the tables. Now another point is about data processing. We know that we have to process the data. Data is a raw material and you can process by manually or with the help of computer. And nowadays we use computers for processing of the data. A processing is a series of actions which are carried out in order to achieve a particular result. You want to get a particular result. That's why you collected the data and then you arrange the data. Now you want to know what is in that data. And analysis is the process of breaking a complex topic or substance into similar parts in order to gain a better understanding of it. So obviously we want to get better understanding, and for that we have to process. Data analysis is again defined as a process of cleaning, transforming and modeling data to discover useful information for decision making. So you want to take the decision. For that you collected the data and then you have to arrange and you have to process them. And the main thing is the purpose of data analysis is to extract useful information from data and taking the decision based upon data analysis. So when you analyze the data, that time keep in mind your decision must be based upon that data. Otherwise, if you want to take the decision haphazardly, then why you take this much trouble? So this is the simple meaning of data analysis. Now let's try to understand data analysis process. You know, process means step by step activity. So first one is find out and see which data is required for your study. Data requirement is the main thing that you have to decide, and you decided. Then as per your requirement, collect the data. You collected the data or you assigned these tasks to someone else. After collection of the data, clean the data. Clean the data means again check the data and find out which data is necessary and which one is not necessary. Clean that. Afterwards, analyze that data. After analysis, do interpretation. And interpretation of the data is the main thing. You can interpret this way and that way. So, your interpretation, suppose one glass, 50% water is there. Then you can interpret 50% empty and 50% is full of water. It is up to you. So, in qualitative data, this happen, but generally in numeric data, this may not happen. And after interpretation, you have to visualize the data, give the picture of the data so that anybody can understand what data reveals, what data says you. Now, I would like to give you one example for that one. Suppose you want to test profitability of selected fertilizer companies. So, your area is fertilizer companies and you want to check profitability. For that, required data means which sort of data you require and from which data you can get profitability or idea about it. You can get this idea from financial reports. So you have to collect financial reports of these selected companies. Afterwards, you have to clean the data. In financial reports, they give several types of information. From that, find out which is necessary for you. After cleaning, use proper technique for data analysis. You can consider ratio analysis also. And if data is available, and many companies they give ratios also, but if it is not available, then you can find out the ratio. So you can use a proper technique, proper formula, and you can find out the ratio. Afterwards, make the table. I show you in one table that name of the company in row, and suppose your data is for 10 years, then for 10 years how much profit means gross profit, net profit, return on equity, everything you can find out, and give graphical presentation also. Then it will be easy to understand. And then compare these data year wise and company wise. And if you want to go ahead, then give the rank to these companies so that if any person or investor is interested to invest in this area, then which company is the best one he can find out. So, today we discussed analysis and interpretation of data. I hope you enjoyed the session. Please keep in mind, subscribe the channel, give your comments and do favor for my bureau. Thank you very much. So nice of you.